Imagine you're on a bus and you lock eyes with a stunning woman. What's your next move? Do you look away immediately, or do you meet her gaze? Here's a tip. Hold that eye contact. It's a silent conversation, a dance of the eyes that can say more than 1,000 words. It shows that you're confident, that you're not afraid to engage. Now let's add a twist to it, a gentle smile. No words, no grand gestures, just a simple, warm smile. This combination, this power duo of eye contact and a smile, it's magnetic, it's inviting. It pulls her into your world, sparking her curiosity about the man behind the confident gaze and the warm smile. Just picture it. You're on that bus, eyes locked with hers, a gentle smile playing on your lips. It's a powerful moment, a silent introduction that can pave the way for a meaningful connection. Remember, a confident gaze and a warm smile can be your most powerful tools. First dates can be nerve-wracking, but what if I told you there's a way to keep the conversation flowing without talking too much? Absolutely there is. You see, the secret lies in the questions you ask. Not just any questions, mind you, but deep, thought-provoking questions that demand more than just a simple yes or no. Think about it. When you ask her about her favorite childhood memory or what she would do if she won the lottery, you're not just making conversation. You're inviting her to share her thoughts, her dreams, her passions. And in doing so, you're showing her that you're genuinely interested in who she is as a person, not just what she looks like. For instance, you might ask, if you could have dinner with any 3 people, living or dead, who would they be and why? It's a question that encourages her to open up and lets you learn more about her. Keep her talking, keep her interested. That's the key. Texting can be a minefield, but there's one rule you should always remember. Now let's dive into this. When it comes to texting, many of us fall into the trap of using it as a platform for idle chit-chat, especially when we've just met someone we're interested in. But here's the thing. It's not about how many emojis you can cram into a single message or how quickly you can respond. No, it's about using texting primarily for arranging dates. Imagine this. You've just met an interesting woman and you've exchanged numbers. You're eager to get to know her better, but you resist the urge to send a flood of texts. Instead, you use your texts to set up your next meeting. This approach not only saves the juicy conversations for when you're face-to-face, but it also sends a clear message that you're serious about getting to know her in person. Use texts as a tool, not a crutch. Keep the real conversation for when you meet. How do you keep her thinking about you until your next date? Well, the answer lies in the power of anticipation. It's a simple but effective tool. Think about it. When you were a child, wasn't Christmas morning all the more exciting because you spent weeks or even months thinking about what might be under that tree? Similarly, promising her a small gift on your next date can keep her anticipation high. Now, we're not talking about showering her with diamonds and designer handbags. It's not about the material value of the gift, but rather the thought that goes into it. Perhaps it's a book from an author you know she loves, or a special blend of tea she mentioned in passing. This shows you're attentive and thoughtful. Plus, it keeps you in her thoughts until you meet again. Remember, it's the anticipation, the excitement of not knowing, that truly sparks interest. A little anticipation goes a long way. You might think being funny is the key to her heart, but what if I told you it's not? That's right, gents. Women appreciate a man who can carry a serious conversation while still maintaining a warm demeanor. This is where the serious smile comes into play. It's the perfect balance between gravitas and charm. Now, don't get me wrong. A sense of humor is attractive, but there's a significant difference between being genuinely funny and being a joker. A joker is someone who uses humor as a mask, often avoiding real, meaningful conversation. This can ultimately come off as insincere or even immature. But a man who can discuss serious topics, showing his depth of thought and understanding while still maintaining a lighthearted demeanor, is a magnet for attraction. He's the one who can make her think, make her feel understood, and yes, make her smile. Be the man who can make her smile, not just laugh. How do you handle disrespect in a relationship? This isn't a question to be taken lightly. It's about the essence of self-respect. about standing your ground. We've all been there. That moment when she promised to call back but never did. It's an unpleasant feeling, isn't it? But here's the deal. You should never let it slide. It doesn't mean you have to confront her aggressively. No, it's about communicating your feelings, about letting her know that you value honesty and sincerity. It's about setting boundaries. Now, standing up for yourself might risk the relationship. It might make her walk away. But remember, a relationship that can't withstand the weight of honesty isn't worth keeping. In the end, it's about mutual respect. It's about two people treating each other with dignity and understanding. So, stand your ground. Because in the grand scheme of things, respect is the foundation of any relationship. Women love a man of mystery, but what does that really mean? Picture this. You've been seeing a woman for a few weeks now. You've had dinners, seen movies, and even spent afternoons in the park together. It's all been rather pleasant. But here's the thing. You've been an open book all this time, sharing every detail of your life. Predictability, my friend, can become your worst enemy. You see, the human mind craves novelty, and that includes hers. When there's a sense of mystery about you, it keeps her curious, keeps her guessing. And believe me, that's a good thing. It's not about playing games or being dishonest. It's about maintaining a certain level of intrigue that keeps the fires of attraction burning. Consider this scenario. You've planned a date for the upcoming weekend. She's curious and asks you about the plans. Instead of spelling it all out, you smile and say, "It's a surprise." Now you've not only piqued her interest, but also built anticipation. She'll spend the rest of the week wondering what you have in store. That's the mystery man in action. Or maybe she asks about your past. While it's important to be honest, you don't have to share every single detail. You can be a bit vague, say, "I've had my share of adventures." That leaves her wondering, and more importantly, wanting to know more. That's you, the man of mystery, keeping her intrigued. Remember, the key is balance. You don't want to be so mysterious that you come across as aloof or distant. You just want to keep a little bit of yourself hidden, just enough to keep her wanting to peel back the layers. Think of yourself as a good book. Let her turn the pages one at a time, so the next time you're with her, remember this. Don't give away the whole story at once. Let her discover you bit by bit. Stay unpredictable. Stay interesting. Stay attractive.